going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm Nick, that's Jeremy, and we are the Men of Main Street. This week we are talking ships, we're talking art, and we're talking Lorcana and a whole lot more. Let's get into it, guys. All right, man. Well, we're officially 1 week in to the Festival of the Arts. It's been a week. We've seen a lot of artwork. We've seen a lot of live streams. I don't know about you, but I've been watching nonstop. And first things first, I had to wear a repeat shirt today.
Now, I know it's very fitting.
I know I've worn one, but we got to go ahead and address this here. Mr. Morrow said that he wished he wore this shirt to go into the opening day of Festival of the Arts. He said it was just a little too cold for it. So I said, all right, we'll represent in this episode. So we had to go ahead and wear this. This is Mr. Morrow's Museum of Modern Morrow, and it is a Roosevelt too. So we'll throw the link down in the description as always for you guys to go ahead and check it out. But Jerry, you're wearing something rather unique today. You're wearing a performance hoodie over there.
I am wearing a performance hoodie. It is currently, well, it says 28, but it's been like a low of 6 degrees. And it is very cold, for sure. So I had to break out the hoodie for this episode. Nick, it isn't the one you actually posted. It's a different name. It's not Pew Pew, believe it or not.
I thought it was a Pew Pew one.
No,
Pew,
it's
pew,
close.
pew, pew.
They have a lot that are very similar. And I just saw it. Yeah. Oh, it's Stay on Target. That's what it is.
Okay. Yeah, you guys, just so you know, the Star Wars collection, especially for the hoodies lately, they have a lot of them that are very, very similar. I thought it was Pew Pew, pew 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 pew, but no, not quite. But yeah, so that's an awesome hoodie to rock, man. I have a couple extra hoodies on the way right now. I got a couple orders in the mail right now for me. But dude, I mean, speaking of Roosevelts, we had a couple drops this week, nothing Disney related. But we did start out, we had drop 85, which was an app exclusive one that popped up. If you want to go ahead and pull that one up.
Yes.
That was our, that's our, I guess you want to say that's the, Valentine's Day one.
Yeah,
it's all
it was
X's
a
and
nice
O's.
Valentine's Day drop. You know?
Nice, subtle, nice, classy,
Yeah.
Definitely a nice shirt to say the least. And then they were like, well, everyone's got being outside in the brain when it's -11 out. That's how cold it is out here. And they have the Great Outdoors collection that dropped just yesterday. And yeah, I mean, some fun ones. We got some fishing ones on there. We got some like hunting style ones. We got even a new performance hoodie there. A couple new ones. And then my favorite is that Knives Out one.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't even see that one up close.
I could definitely see myself getting that one. I haven't got it yet, but I feel like I could see myself wearing that for sure.
That is cool. I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that a lot. I actually have a Swiss Army knife just like that.
Heck yeah, man. And then they released a new t-shirt as well. And then if you go to the next one, because there we go. That Outpost set is actually on Camp Kunu, I believe, right now as well, too. So you can use points to go ahead and get that as well. So
they must be. I'm guessing they're like a metal mug, like a camping mug.
I think they're like more like an enamel mug, I believe.
Oh, okay. All right.
Similar, you know what I mean, like that metal coated enamel, like old school style ones.
All right.
Kind of like porcelain or whatever.
I will say, I'm a big fan of the fantastical fish. I do love fishing, and there's a lot of fish on there. So.
I can see that. You spend a lot of time on your boat fishing chicks in the summertime.
Yes,
so
I do. I absolutely do.
Yes, that is its actual name, guys. Fish and Chicks, and he's got this thing tricked out beyond all belief. So maybe one of these days in the summertime he'll do an episode from the boat. Who knows?
Wow, on the water. That would be unique.
There we go. That'd be a unique one. Just like a whole live stream with you, just sitting on the water. Like I can see that happening.
Wow, that would be something, like a sunset stream. Ooh.
Hey, there we go. It's like ASMR for the Men of Main Street here, man. Like, come on.
I'd be like, why are we here?
And they just will put 3D printer noise in the background.
I'm going to bring my printer on the water.
That's definitely not the smartest idea right there.
No, definitely not.
Well, guys, too, I wanted to just address it real quick before I did forget. We'll be talking about a lot more artwork later on, but in the very beginning, I did show one here, and I just want to go ahead and point it out because this was not from this year. This was from last year. This was I got this one last year, the Festival of the Arts. This is the Mary Blair Wonderland Garden with Alice in Wonderland in it. And yeah, that one came up last year, so that's a fun one, and we'll be sure to be showing you guys some more artwork a little bit later on. But just want to kind of keep the two separate because I have not seen that one on display this year. So fun stuff. But anyways, man, before we get into too much about art stuff, we have some other topics to talk about this week.
We do.
So how about you take us into something that kind of speaks near and dear to the sweatshirt you're wearing there?
It does. Well, didn't even wear it on purpose. I literally was just like, it's cold and I don't feel like wearing a kudo. So there was some big news that dropped, and it's not like we weren't expecting this news, but big news indeed. Kathleen Kennedy is officially stepping down as president of Lucasfilm after 14 years at the helm.
Wow.
While her departure was expected, it still marks a major shift for Star Wars as it moves into its next era. However, she's not disappearing overnight. She'll remain as a producer for The Mandalorian Grogu, which is coming out on May 22nd, and Star Wars Starfighter in 2027, before transitioning to independent producing on her own. So taking over will be Dave Filoni, who is right now the president and chief officer, while he's on the left there. And on the right is Lynn Burren steps in as co-president, overseeing the business side. So Dave Filoni, he's been around for a long time in the Star Wars, most notably known for his original work on the Clone Wars series. He's very, very deep in the lore, and that's really what made the Ahsoka series this past year so good. So obviously he's known for Clone Wars. He worked heavily in The Mandalorian as well, and as I said, Ahsoka. However, some people feel like he sometimes goes a little bit too deep into the mythology. Like, for instance, there's a lot of Ahsoka you probably didn't understand if you were just a casual Star Wars fan.
Yeah, you really have to dive deep into it. I know I had to like brush up on everything before I watched it just to make sure I covered every base on it.
Yeah. So yeah, you really, for Ahsoka, you had to have seen Clone Wars and Rebels to really fully understand that, which, some of those are a little bit, not as great as others, but I still love all the series on themselves. But yeah, so Kathleen Kennedy, she was here for some of the best, some of the really good parts of Star Wars, such as Force Awakens was huge, really rebooted the whole franchise. Rogue One was a massive success, as well as Mandalorian, but Dave Filoni had a big hand in that as well. I got to give him credit. But she also had her struggles with Star Wars, such as Rise of Skywalker, and
what's your name? Rey. Rey Skywalker.
And The Last Jedi also was a little bit rough on the franchise as well. So it'll be interesting to see how Dave Filoni handles the company going forward, or the creative side of it, is at least.
I think it's definitely safe to say too, Dave Filoni works very, very close with Jon Favreau on a lot of things.
Absolutely.
I think it would be a very wise pairing for him to keep doing that. Jon Favreau had a big hand in The Mandalorian, which was a huge, huge hit. And he's obviously been in a lot of Marvel movies, so like that. He's not shy from working in this industry. And I think between the two of them, with the knowledge that Dave Filoni has and the theatrical side that Jon Favreau has, I think the two of them could really make some incredible decisions for the franchise going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will remind you, you may be like, Dave Filoni looks pretty familiar. That's because he is Trapper Wolf. He shows up in The Mandalorian quite a few times in his signature hat. Hold on one second, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have the action figure. Oh, sorry. I actually have the action figure of Mr. Dave Filoni here.
Oh my goodness!
In Trapper Wolf form,
wow,
which is cool. And then I also have Mr. Jon Favreau in his action figure.
Oh my gosh! I did not realize that existed.
Yes, they do exist.
Wow.
It's pretty cool collectible.
I mean, for those of you that are big Jon Favreau fans too, you'll also recognize him. He is Happy from
Happy
Iron
Hogan.
Man.
Yeah.
He's Happy Hogan, and he's also Spider-Man, Iron Man, all that fun stuff. So he's been around a while, guys. I mean, Iron Man kicked off in what, 2004 or 2008, one of the two.
2008, I believe.
Yeah, so he's been around a minute, especially doing cameos and being in it. So I think the two make a great pair together, and I'm really excited to see what the future holds for that. Because the franchise, especially, I think Disney knows it because they just abandoned the timeline at the parks. I think they realized that timeline and that side of the franchise kind of took a nosedive and is not really getting the love that it deserves. So, I mean, I'm definitely curious to see where it goes from there, and I think it's under good leadership. It makes me happy to see that. It, I know, especially too, even as far as Disney's gone with looking for a new CEO and all that. Once, oh goodness, what's his name?
Oh, Bob Iger.
Bob Iger. Thank you. I was thinking Eisner, and I'm like, no, it's not Eisner. Yeah. No, but yeah, I know once he, steps out of the role there, that's going to be interesting to see what kind of, where this company goes, because obviously that has a big role in everything, as far as the parks go, as far as movies go, as far as all that. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with all that. So
yeah, conversation for another day. We could
absolutely
talk a lot about that. But Nick, I feel like doing a little cruising today.
Little cruising.
Little bit of cruising, and I'm excited to talk about Disney's newest ship, the Disney Adventure. Yeah. Nick, what are your initial reactions? Well, hold on, let me bring it up, just because I feel like I gotta show you a picture so you can. Nick, what are your initial reactions of the Disney Adventure?
One of these things is not like the other.
Yes, it is very different.
Yes, it is.
I did want to. It's a very unique ship for a reason that Disney Cruise Line actually purchased this unfinished vessel, originally being built as the Global Dream, and they said that sounds like a great deal on a ship. We will turn it into a Disney cruise. The ship, I forget how finished it was. It was like more than 70% done.
Yeah, when I see this ship, I think Celebrity Cruise Line just got like a Disney makeover.
Yeah, it is a big ship, though.
It's a very big ship.
It's a big ship.
I mean, I'm very curious. This is going to be the first ship. I believe it's going to have a roller coaster on at sea, which is a big thing.
Well, for Disney Cruise Line, they do exist.
Disney Cruise Line, yep.
Yeah, they do exist on other cruises currently. But yes,
and there's a lot of talks of if that's going to be something that's included or if that's going to be like an extra cost. Because on other cruise ships, it definitely is.
It definitely is extra cost.
Well, yeah, but the other thing too is Disney's also very inclusive with everything. They want you to be able to have access to everything. So I'm very curious on that. I think everything's different about it. I'm very curious to see the layouts on this. The aft section is definitely unique, having that window that goes all the way across. Even just the smokestacks in general. You have 4 smokestacks on this one, as opposed to having 2. So again, very different look for the ship. Even the bridge looks different. It's definitely not what we're used to seeing. Yeah. And it's really got me, it's got me curious as to what it's going to be. As right now, oh, awesome. You get some extra pictures there. So right now it's actually currently at Port Canaveral. We did just look this up. And it's going to be going on its maiden voyage, March 10th, coming right around the corner, but it's going to be coming out of Singapore. So this ship is going to be solely in Singapore for the most part, doing 3 and 4 night cruises. So this is going to be a very odd ship to go on for the most part. I think this is one of the first ones that really is outside of the country, like entirely, that will not be visiting back and forth.
Yeah, it is interesting. I also read that there aren't going to be many port of calls, not a lot of destinations. This is kind of, they're expecting the ship you're going to go on and you're going to stay on. So I guess 4 days, you wouldn't probably want to go a lot longer without getting off of a boat.
Yeah.
So I guess that kind of makes sense. And apparently, this is very focused on the experience you'll have on board versus off, elsewhere.
Which you definitely need. I can tell, from looking at Ron on the Go streams of when he was on the Fantasy doing his transatlantic cruise, which again sounds like an amazing concept. I mean, you're not stopping anywhere. You're on that for I think it was 14 days. I think is how long it took to get there.
Mm-hmm.
They were going pretty slow, and going across. I mean, again, you're open ocean. There's nowhere to stop. So, you're dealing with everything on board. It certainly can make you go a little stir crazy. And I think Disney does a good job of keeping the activities rolling around. But I could say on the Fantasy, if I had to stay on there the entire time for 14 days, it might be a little bit of a stretch. I'd be revisiting a lot of the same things, I think, over and over again at that point.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, so we're going to get into some of the details on this ship. First, one thing I want to note structurally about this ship is I will pull out my modeled of the Disney Fantasy that you gave me.
Hold on. I want to go replicate that real quick. Hang on.
And
Whoa,
what you'll notice, yes, what you'll notice is it is a completely enclosed ship for the most part. I mean, you have the upper deck, but there's no, the very big difference about this ship, which is very similar to what you'll see on the very large Royal Caribbean ships, is it has a very large open section in the aft of the ship in the middle, at which you will find some interesting areas. So there's actually, we're going to get into that. So there are 7 different themed areas on this ship. Starting first in the area I just spoke about, where you will find the, what do you call this? This is the Disney Imagination Garden. What is interesting about this is, number one, there are interior balcony rooms that are still outside, which I think are unique.
I feel like I'm on Royal Caribbean right now, and that's a putting green in the middle.
Yeah, I know. This apparently is the central hub space with a garden courtyard and stage. And there's going to be special character moments and shows like Set Sail. So like their sail away party is going to be taking place here. I think all their big shows that you would see like the on the top deck are going to be in this lower area. Avengers Assemble is going to be a show they do here, as well as Duffy and the Friend Ship. And there's also some dining along the side, such as Grandma Tala's Kitchen and Mowgli's Eatery in there. So yeah, it's a cool place. And then I think nearby you will find Discovery Reef. Nick, tell us a little bit about Discovery Reef. If I were to guess, what will happen is from the back in will be Imagination Garden, and then there's going to be like a gap, something in the middle, and then the other side of it's going to be this right here, based on the looks.
Yeah, and this is supposed to be an outdoor kind of themed restaurant. You're going to be under the sea skies, which can be a little bit problematic. I mean, if you need to, if it does start raining, something like that happens, you're going to have to retreat indoors, which can be a little bit difficult. And it's going to be Little Mermaid, Nemo, and Lilo, or Little Mermaid, Nemo, Lilo and Stitch, and Luca themed. We don't get enough Luca nowadays. We really don't.
No, we don't. It's popular in other areas. They did get their own float in California Adventure, though. So
very nice. It was a great movie. I did like that one a lot. Very, very sweet.
Yeah, it is a good movie.
But yeah, so it's going to be.
It almost looks like it looks like potentially like there might be a buffet over here, and there's like a big outdoor seating area, and that's what we're seeing right here.
That's what I was trying to read and see. I feel like that's what's going to be the case. I don't see like
it looks like there's a lot of different food options around this courtyard that you can get something and then just hang out in this outdoor area. Which honestly, the setting of this feels so much like the Art of Animation pool.
It really does. It 100% does.
It's the big blue pool. I'm like, oh, it feels like that, really.
And I think that's definitely going to be the case too, because like the seating here, this is not a formal type of dining.
No, it's definitely
I can't see your server coming up and saying, oh hi, do you want some chicken tenders in your seats like this while you're just kind of hanging out in the garden area. So yeah, definitely a unique kind of dining experience, to say the least. I'm very curious. I'm so curious to see what's going to happen on the media cruise for this. I watch a lot of Theme Park Express with Adrian and Coda, and I know they're going to do an extensive review on this. I give them a lot of props because they are solely working when they're on a cruise like this, which, good Lord. But so I mean,
did you already say the food venues? I'm sorry, I didn't remember if you read it.
No, I didn't know if that was the only place you had them, but yeah, they also have Cosmic Kebabs. They also have Bewitching Boba and Brews. I would imagine that's going to be like a witch themed restaurant. What is that? Taverna Portosoro?
Yeah, sure.
And then Paolo Cafe, plus upscale dining options like, you guys guessed it, Paolo. And we're also going to have Mike and Sully's Flavors of Asia, which I can't imagine that being upscale, I guess. I don't know. Like, I feel like you call it like Harryhausen's or something.
Oh,
fancier,
you know what it is, Nick? It is, I believe, I might have included a photo. They're doing a hibachi style restaurant.
Oh, well,
which hibachi is typically an upcharge on a cruise ship if you want to do it. So I would expect that's what that's going to be. Let's get into the next themed area.
Yeah, this is intense.
Not as intense as the next one, but this one's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
This is the Toy Story Place. It is a family-friendly water fun zone across the upper decks. You have the Sunnyside family pool, referring to the Sunnyside daycare, with Woody and Jesse water slides. Look at those. Those look like a lot of fun. Flying Saucer Splash Zone, a Toy Story splash pad, and 2 big outdoor screens. There's also some quick bites that like the Pizza Planet and Wheezy's Fries.
Wheezy's Freezies.
Oh, sorry, Freezies. I read that too quickly.
I got it. No, you're good, man.
I'm
only in it here. I'm only in it for the food, man. So you know me. Like, I see that, I'm like, laser vision.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Some of it is heavily themed, like this over here, like the slides. Over there is definitely like the splash pad. Now over here just looks like a regular pool.
Dude, this ship, I'm trying to be optimistic. This ship does not make sense to me.
It is interesting. I mean, it's really out of form for Disney, and I'm very interested to see how people like it. Like when people do videos on this, I'm very excited to watch them.
Like, guys, just for reference, and I know this is only a model and a lot of this is just painted, but I want you guys to understand. So on the top deck of this ship, okay, again, you have 2 smokestacks, not 4, because of this ship you have 2 and 2, okay?
Because there's no giant gap down the middle.
Exactly. But on the top, you got a Mickey-shaped pool. Then you have this whole area is where they go and do all the shows and all that. And this also turns all into a pool. So like this whole thing slides open and it becomes a whole pool there. The aqueduct goes around right here in the center. Like everything's here. And then everything like forward of that is all the adult section.
Yeah.
So like it just makes sense, and then back here you have more like upper decks where you have your different like outdoor activities like mini golf and basketball, things like that. But it makes sense on this. This is like so divided on the adventure that it's half of it is like, I feel like kids, the other half is adults, but it's like split down the middle. And
it's it's interesting. It's really designed like a theme park with its 7 different areas. It's almost like the 7 themed lands of the Magic Kingdom, but on a boat.
7 layers of the candy cane forest.
Nick, take us into probably the most interesting section of the park. Of the boat.
It
Marvel
feels like a park.
Landing. Yes, it does. Essentially is.
This feels like okay, so for starters, I want to point out it looks like that restaurant we were talking about for the Discovery Reef. That looks like that's what's in the middle there.
Yeah, it is.
With the way the drawings are. Everything looks like it is. So I think we kind of have a better idea of where what's going to sit, which is cool. But over in this area, we have Marvel Landing. So this is going to be a whole thrill area, which is just, I didn't realize it had all this extra stuff in it, to be honest with you guys. This is a straight up theme park on a ship right here.
I love I'll get into my favorite part about this, but go ahead.
This is just wild to me. You have Groot Galaxy Spin, which is like just your kind of classic, like, scrambler or not scrambler, like Dumbo type
Dumbo
ride.
type ride. Yeah.
And then you have Pym Quantum Racers, which I would imagine is little tiny cars.
The little cars in the back there. See them?
Yeah, and then we also got Iron Cycle Test Run, which is the first coaster on a Disney cruise ship. It's the longest coaster at sea, sighted at around 250 meters, give or
That's
take.
long. That's wild.
That's a pretty long coaster right there. I mean, that essentially replaces the Aqua Mouse, and it's a little bit longer. I mean, because that's what it really does. It's replacing that. I do have some concerns about this. Mainly capacity. I mean, we already see queue lines.
I know, lines at sea. That's my favorite part. Look at this, lines at sea.
I'm looking at these cars. I'm like, I count like 6 cars over there. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, having gone on the aqueduct before, I could tell you that the line is usually like, they just open it and it's like 45-minute wait, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh, I'm gonna go wait that long to go ride.
Yeah, I don't think you're going, like, I really think the roller coaster is, I'm almost 100% sure that's going to be reservation activity.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Because a lot of the times, like, even when we were on my cruise and we wanted to go karting, we had to make a reservation to do it.
Now, see, that makes sense.
Yeah, but a lot of the activities definitely is a reservation. I would guess that. I'm thinking potentially the Dumbo type ride you might be able to walk on just because they have such a massive queue there. I'm like, you wouldn't have a scheduled time, but also make that massive queue at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think I'm looking at it too. Like, it looks like the queue for the station, at least for the roller coasters, there on the left. It doesn't look
much of a queue
it really doesn't look very long.
No.
It looks like maybe that path comes up right next to where the restaurant area is in the center there, where that opening is. It looks like it goes up and then it just goes to the left. So I don't see that queue being, overly long for that, because obviously right next to there is going to be the one for the Groot Galaxy Spin. And I don't even see a queue for the Quantum Racers.
You're right.
So
I don't either.
Again, all things that make me kind of nervous about this.
This is all concept art too. Let's keep that in mind.
Oh, absolutely. And I can say that, these kind of activities, like, this is going to be the busiest area of the ship for sure.
Yeah.
Like, at all times when these are open, I mean, forget it. It's going to be just a nightmare to go ahead and get through. So I'm very curious to see what this is actually going to look like in real life. Just as far as that goes. And again, it brings up the point too, Disney is usually very inclusive about a lot of their activities that you can do on board, with a lot of things being included. I really am going to be curious to see if they're going to charge for this. I know other cruise lines like Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, all those, they charge nothing, not like a huge fee. It's usually like $40, $50 to go do various activities. But I do know that they do charge for them, and everything is kind of an extra cost, whereas Disney's, everything's usually built in. So very curious to see how that all works. I'm excited. I am. Don't get me wrong. This is such a different concept that, and I have so many other ships I want to go on, too, that I don't know if this was going to be crazy high on the list.
So for reference, the Carnival Mardi Gras has a roller coaster on it, same exact style, for $15 per person for 2 laps.
That's not too bad.
No, that really isn't that bad.
I mean, 2 laps. I mean, I'm assuming you can split them up. You wouldn't just do them back to back. You would,
I don't
be
know.
able to go one time and then the other.
I mean,
like
I don't know. I don't know about that, but that's what they offer.
Gotcha. Very nice. Well, thank you for looking that up. But yeah, we'll keep moving on because we have some other areas to talk about the ship as well. This area looks cool. I do like this. This is Wayfinder Bay, which is a Moana inspired area, with the wayfinding bar, because you got to have a bar everywhere. It's a shallow kiddie pool with big, large screen, and programming such as Moana Call of the Sea. So I imagine that's going to be a show that they're going to go do over there. Looks like a great area for it. I did always marvel at like Royal Caribbean for having the aft end of the ship have that whole like stage area. That looked just incredible to me. So the fact that we kind of see something similar to that on a Disney ship, I'm excited for that. I really am.
Yeah, I almost thought that this was the adult section until it's not.
Yeah,
I don't know where the adult section is, to be honest, on this ship.
If I had to guess, it looks like from what we're seeing so far, it's going to be more to the forward on the ship. It's going to be right to the very front.
I don't even think it's in the information that I have yet. But granted, this is all very early information.
Yeah, and I mean, usually, I just hope one thing for the adult area. I hope they add more hot tubs. Okay, it is people soup every time you go up there. It's one hot tub for like 20 people, and they're all just like hanging out, like barely get like a leg in, and it's like, how are we going to fit anyone in here?
It's like 12 people sharing one little container of dipping sauce for their chicken tenders.
Yeah, like I mean, they didn't plan this out, But no, it's definitely as Molly from Mammoth Club calls it, it's people soup. That's what it is. It's definitely it's rough, and I don't know why they don't include more of them, especially up in that area. There's so many other pools. Like literally, there's like 7 other pools in that area, but only a single small hot tub. I'll never understand. But yeah, so moving on, we also have San Francisco Street. That is not a mispronunciation. That is going to be from Big Hero 6. I would be very excited to go check this out. I like Big Hero 6. My daughter is, she goes nuts over Baymax. We love collecting anything that we can that is Baymax. And it's going to be a street-inspired vibe with Big Hero 6. It's going to be a teen tween club for Edge and Vibe, which are going to be themed to storefronts, which is kind of cool. Yeah. I think this is honestly going to be the first time we're going to be able to see these areas, and they're not completely hidden on the ship.
Right. No, I agree. It's interesting. The thing about this ship that really interests me is like, so typically on a Disney cruise, it is Disney Cruise. Like everything's kind of branded Disney Cruise. And then you'll have your sections like within that'll be themed. This is like, we're theming this entire area. We're theming the carpet. We're theming the walls. It's all going to be for this one purpose rather than you'll forget you're on a cruise ship. That's essentially kind of feels like what they're going for. Because
essentially like what Jared's talking about too, when you go even to like something like dinner, you're in a main hall that is all themed to the rest of the ship. You walk in and all of a sudden you're transported to the Marvel universe over here. Very different with this, where you walk in and it's a whole floor or a whole area just dedicated to this with multiple shops in it that are all like that. And what I did mean about the Edge and Vibe is that typically like on the Fantasy at least, and on the other ships, it's really hidden. I just really like some deep exploring to find where it was. You'll never guess. It's actually hidden. One of them is actually up in the smokestack. So this is one of them that sits way up top here. You got to go take like a whole separate staircase to find it. And it was very hard to find. And the other one is in the very front of the Fantasy as well. So it's down there, which again, I would have never thought it would have been there. So very weird in a sense that we kind of have it in, a major area to go check out. But it's really cool to see. We're also going to have Baymax Cinemas. So that's going to be one of the movie theaters. It's going to be on board. And we're going to have Duffy and Friends shop, as well as a Discovery Quest for Duffy. And a whole Big Hero arcade with Baymax being present. So I'm really excited for that because there's not nearly enough Baymax meet and greets. I hope it's an actual like meet and greet. What I mean?
I feel like you're going to get a lot of dedicated meet and greet spots on the ship for specific characters.
Yeah. It does make it very tough for some of the meet and greets on the other ships because it's like they just kind of flood the lobby and everyone just kind of stands there and they just kind of it makes it tough. So I can see this would be awesome if they do have dedicated areas for that. And you see more of him there, that sort of thing. So, but yeah, moving right along. That is the San Francisco area. Now we have the Town Square area, which is going to be Princess and Fairy Tales, anchored by the Walt Disney Theater, which is going to have our Broadway style shows. So it's also going to include the Bippity Boppity Boutique because you have to have that on board. The Royal Society for Friendship in Tea. The Marvel Style Studio, which is by day, and it's going to transform into an adults-only lounge at night, which does sound really interesting. And Spellbound, which is an all-adults-only lounge themed to the Evil Queen.
Some of that was probably going to be like Cruella de Vil's lounge on the Destiny, if I had to guess.
Yeah, no, and I think that's going to be that's awesome. I mean, I love the way that they do the lounges on the Disney cruise ships. They do such a great job with them, especially like the adults only ones. It's such a fun time at night. I mean, it really is. Evil Queen, that's an interesting theme. Really curious to see like how much how close the theming is to that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how much you could really go
lean into
with that. Yeah, you know what I mean. But I mean, Marvel Studio, I could definitely see going over to that. I think that'd be really cool. But we got to talk, dude. That dining room, that mural in the center is beautiful on the
Yeah,
ceiling.
it is really nice.
I mean, I know it's concept art, but wow.
Yeah. But speaking of dining room, let's get into the other offerings that they're going to have. On the top left here is the Navigator Clubs. It's nautical with live music and character interactions, a character dining experience, perhaps.
Very nice.
Also on the right, top right, you'll find Hollywood Spotlight Club, which is a classic Hollywood styling, also with music and characters. Then you're going to have your classic animator's palette. I don't have that pictured. That's pretty much an animator's table, which is a fan favorite concept that's happened in many other ships. The room transforms during the dinner. Also, on the bottom left, you'll find Enchanted Summer Restaurant, a Tangled and Frozen buffet by day.
Now that's a fun spin from the other one.
Seated rotational at night. That's interesting. And then on the bottom right, you'll find the Pixar Market Restaurant, which is pays homage to the Pixar artist and is a buffet during the day and also a seated restaurant at night.
I like that a lot. That's awesome.
So there's also going to be there's also a lot of casual options, but we also mentioned them earlier in the show, so we'll keep those out.
I think it is unique to go ahead and point out that the Enchanted Summer Restaurant really is kind of a spin on the Enchanted Garden Restaurant.
Yeah,
you see on a lot of the other ships. It's cool to see it kind of get more modernized to the newer storylines like Rapunzel and all that. And I think it's going to be really cool because they do a great job, transforming between day and night, and it's really cool to go ahead and see that. So that's awesome to go ahead and see them do a remix on it. And the Pixar one, totally an original idea. I like that a lot. That's just really, really cool.
And dare I say, the man in the concept art for the Enchanted Summer Market Restaurant, is he wearing a Roosevelt?
Ooh, I feel like he might be. Dare you say? Roosevelt's, if you start putting exclusives on cruise ships, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Yeah,
I guess
that would be mean.
That's just mean. I guess I'm going to have to go on every cruise ship. I don't know what else to say. Sorry, guys. Oh, Jesus. Don't get any ideas anytime soon. My wallet can't handle it right now.
Let's get into some of the entertainment activities where they will be having multiple shows and events. So we talked about the Imagination Garden and the Wayfinder Bay, the Walt Disney Theater. They will also be having this is part of those shows. I don't remember where I was going with this. Let's just jump to the shopping as we're spending a lot of time on this.
Why is there... Okay, just go ahead.
Yeah, so shopping is going to be interesting. They will have the World of Disney, which is a first for Disney Cruise Line to have... which is a first, apparently, for Disney Cruise Line. I don't really know if that's true. They also have a National Geographic at sea, just because it's...
So weird.
I don't really get...
So weird.
Yeah, I don't really know when you might need that. People are very excited about Duffy and Friend Shop, Nicholas.
Oh my gosh, yes. Dude, Duffy
excited.
is oh my gosh.
Yes. So I'm excited for that as well. And then there's also other boutiques and luxury shopping. And yeah, that's it. That's everything about the Disney adventure.
Yeah, and I got to say that World of Disney, they're saying that it's a first for that. It is mainly the name. I don't think you're definitely not going to get the same kind of merch that you would ever get at World of Disney at Disney Springs or over Disney downtown Disney or something like that. This is more of just a way to get more merch over on the other side of the world, and a way to kind of change things up. So I feel like that store will be a little bit larger than what we typically see, because the ones that are on the cruise ships right now, they're not all that large. But yeah, you do have some higher upscale shops there. It did kind of surprise me, seeing like the Bulgari store and all that, and a couple of the diamond shops. I expected that, but some of it was very not Disney themed. It was just high end shopping, which was rather unique. Biggest one for me, my wife's a huge fan of Pandora. Dude, you got to get the Pandora charms. I'm really curious to see what those are going to look like for this. Yeah, that'll be about the extent of the shopping I'll be doing.
I'm sure we'll have actual photos and real details to go through very soon about the Disney adventure, so please stay tuned. But Nick, let's go back to the land. There's some big news that came out of the Disney Springs area. Yes, breaking news. I feel like this wasn't covered yet.
No, I really feel
not
like
covered very much, but I saw Scott Gustin over on X posts about this, and I said, "Wow, that's interesting." Nick, tell us what's going on.
Yeah, man. So we have some exciting news for Gideon's Bakehouse. They're going to be opening a new location when they're celebrating their 5-year anniversary at Disney Springs. It's a new restaurant concept called Six Ravens, set to open later this year. It's going to focus on grab and go for savory food, but in a very small footprint. It's going to be going over where the Art of Shave was over in Disney Springs, which is, kind of an interesting thing logistically because they're not necessarily connected. You have that back alleyway behind backstage, but again, it's very compact. It's not like they share a doorway to just walk in and out of, the signature item will be coffins. It's an old school hand pie made with fluffy yeast bread. And the fillings are being developed in collaboration with well-known Orlando chefs. So, I guess stay tuned because you guys know how Gideon's is. It's always coming up with a different option. Things are going to be rotating. It's going to change it up. And the concept is inspired by Gideon's origins, including its early connection to the polite pig, which I did not know.
I did not know that either.
I did not know they were all connected up with that. That's kind of unique. And the menu is also going to include potatoes, draft beer, and desserts.
Nice.
I like potatoes, man, and I like draft beer and desserts. I mean, this is a place for me.
I'm still confused what a coffin is.
I think it's that like bread-looking thing.
It is that bread-looking thing, but like, what's in it? Is it like it's a hand pie, so it could have like whatever they want in it?
Maybe they can do stuff.
Sometimes they have the mac and cheese hand pie at Friar's Nook is going to be like that, or is it savory? Is it sweet? I'm interested to find out.
Okay, I have an idea. You ready for this? You're giving me more ideas here. They're talking potatoes, right? So we're talking potatoes. We're talking what was the other one? Hang on, I'm trying to read what we had. What did it say? Oh,
beer.
No, there was something else. It was, what did it say it was? Oh, potatoes, beer, and desserts. Okay. I thought it was more than that. I'm sorry. I get confused with the polite pig, so I was like, whatever. Oh. So hear me out on this, right? So put potatoes in there as well as like pulled pork or something like that. Make it like a pulled pork, like tacho kind of thing, and like stuff it in there.
Oh, all right. I'm down.
I feel like that could be, like a little bit of everything all in one, I don't know.
Nice.
But also put it inside a roll that tastes like Texas Roadhouse rolls. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that would be something.
And slap some of that that butter on there. I'm very hungry right now. I'm very, very hungry. Anyways, I think that'd be a really cool idea. The goal is to showcase local Central Florida flavors while offering new convenient dining options for Disney Spring visitors. So this is going to be your, I'd imagine they'd probably do like a mobile pickup kind of thing. I would hope. Something along those lines.
Quick service counter. Should be easy to get, hopefully.
Yeah.
Easier than the cookies, hopefully.
Oh my God, those cookies. Okay, I just need to mention real quick. I went there my last trip, and I went up to go get added to the queue. And again, this isn't so much a complaint. It's just more of a shock that they were like, oh, it's at least like a 2 to 3 hour wait.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, okay, dude, less than a half hour I was getting paged because it was my turn.
Oh.
I don't understand why you would tell someone it's going to be that long. I mean, unless people just don't show up.
Yeah,
and it's out of their control.
You're just turning away. You're just like scaring away business at that point,
Yeah, like it's at that point you're being like Disney at times with some of the rides and just inflating wait times in peak season to go ahead and scare people to, segregate around the park. I feel like, and again, that's not a confirmed thing that Disney does. We're just it's trends that I notice. Me and Jared notice from time to time. We're like, wow, that ride's got like a 90-minute wait, and then like we'll watch like a live stream and they're like, I just walked on this, and we're like, okay, that just happened then. So anyways, very, very interesting. But I'm excited to see another location go over to fill that spot. Gideon's is definitely a big favorite of mine. I'll be excited too that it's not an area that's going to reek of chocolate all the time. Not that it's a bad thing. My wife gets bad headaches from smelling chocolate because she's allergic.
Wow, she must hate going to Hershey Park.
She actually loves it. It's the weirdest thing. I don't understand.
Okay. We'll have to have a conversation about that. I'm interested to hear.
We went in the off season and she was like, I love going on the ride and all that and going through. I was like, okay, all right, sure. But like going into Gideon's, like it's a struggle. She's like, all right, if we're gonna go in, I gotta go take some Excedrin before we even walk in the door. I'm like, you You do you, man. So to have a location that's not going to like smell like pure chocolate will be very nice, to say the least. I still hope that they do like quick pickup of cookies maybe or something, but again, I
That
don't.
would be nice, but we'll see.
I doubt it. You know how it's going to go. But
Yeah.
anyways, enough about the cookie business and the coffin business, potato business. Let's get into some Festival of the Arts details. We're dying to talk about it. Jer, that's some Lorcana stuff. Whoa, wait. Do you mean to tell me that Lorcana exists at the Festival of the Arts?
Yes, it does. It is big this year. It is the talk of the town at the Festival of the Arts. And we're going to take you through. We kind of went over it last episode. I feel like we didn't do a good job. So I did some more research to figure out what exactly this experience is so you can experience it yourself, the Lorcana Quest. So basically, you're going to embark on fun adventures around the Festival of the Arts with this themed trading card game. So Disney's Lorcana trading card game is at Epcot, obviously, for the Festival of the Arts, fun for the whole family. The collection quest. So so how I understand it, there are two things to do. There's two quests. There's the collection quest. Open a Lorcana booster pack that they provide, and trade cards with other guests in the Lumineers Lounge at the Morocco Pavilion, which is where the old restaurant Marrakesh was. All the way in the back if you're looking for it. Once you've collected your 4 cards, you will receive a limited edition Magical Places promo card. So your reward is the limited edition promotional card, and the featured one is the Donald Duck one on the left here. And it's while supplies last. So I would try to jump on this as soon as you can. The other scavenger hunt is similar concept. Discover magical, larger-than-life trading cards scattered throughout the park. Find cards, match them to the special ink stickers on your map, and you'll receive an additional limited edition Magical Place promo card, which would be the Rapunzel, a card, the appreciative artist you see in the middle there. So the first one is you get your free booster pack, and you go around and trading for the 4 cards that you need to redeem for the Donald Duck. The second one is more of a scavenger hunt style. So think about like the Christmas tree stroll, similar to that. That's how you'll redeem that one. And so yeah, those are the two things. So in step 1, pick up your complimentary festival quest book on the Bridge to the World Showcase, available throughout the day starting at 9 a.m. while supplies last.
I do want to go ahead and point out, guys, too, there's going to be a huge crowd of people there. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That crowd does not necessarily mean they're there to just get cards. A lot of people have been kind of like floating around that area and going behind to start trading before they start going to World Showcase. So like yesterday, the past couple days now, I've been watching people have just been walking into the park and they think there's a huge line. Then they look over and they're like, oh, there's actually no way. Everyone's just behind them trading. So don't get scared if you guys see a big line like for that. It does go quick. They're handing out booster packs. Just so you guys understand what a booster pack looks like. It's going to be something like this. It's not going to have a lot of cards in it. It's going to be a couple of cards. This is a booster pack right here. And yeah, typically you're going to have a fancy card, kind of like this, which it looks a little fancier. It's got like a metallic look to it, which is what Donald Duck is there. And then you're going to have normal Lorcana cards as well. So it's kind of a little boost there. So, but yeah, and then you'll be able to go ahead and continue the quest there to go ahead and try to get Rapunzel, like you said, sort of the Christmas tree stroll. And then I do believe the last one, I'll let you go over it.
Yes.
Yeah, take us into it.
So yeah, you can pick up, once you do your 2 challenges, you can pick up your promo cards at the Illumineers Lounge at the Morocco Pavilion, or from Figment's Inspiration Station at the Odyssey. But there's also, how do you get this Stitch one? So there is a Lorcana Arcaniza Island Lumineer Trove, which is for purchase. I believe it's like $30.
50.
50? Oh, okay.
It's 50. Yeah.
And you can pick it up at the Disney Traders, Showcase Plaza, or I don't even know what that other place is.
Well, you will so with this one, just keep in mind, this is going to have a big line for it. This is one that I feel like will definitely sell out eventually. This is an exclusive to the festival. You cannot get that card anywhere else. Okay.
Yeah. And this is the Stitch Rockstar Magical Places card. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Stitch is just a big character.
To be fair, if you're someone that is into Lorcana, I'm starting to get in there more and more. My wife and I play all the time now. That is a very good card to have. So, I mean, the ink value of 6, you know, and the fact that you can, it's a Floodborn character right there. You got 3 lore factor, you got a 5 shield, 3 damage. That's a pretty powerful card right there.
Wow.
And then whenever you play a character that costs 2 or less, you may exert them to draw a card. I mean, again, there's a lot going on with that one card. So if you're playing this, I'm not going to say professionally, it's not what we're going for, but you know, if you are playing with this card, this could be your wild card to get you some serious, you know, make or break for the game. Because the you know, the way the game works is you have to try to be the first to get to 20 lore. That's already 3 right there. So if you play that twice, you're already almost halfway through the board right there. If you attack anyone, you know, you're doing some pretty substantial damage. So again, all things to consider, but it is expensive to get into it. It's $50 for that pack. There are much cheaper ways of doing it, of starting out and buying just the starter packs that do teach you how to go do it. But this is it's a very limited edition set. So be ready for definitely seeing some weights to get in there for that one.
Interesting. Well, thanks for that, Nick.
Absolutely.
So that's all the fun you can have with Lorcana. There is one other expensive activity you can do at Festival of the Arts that Nick and I both partake in, and that would be buying artwork. And we're about to give you a rundown on like a guide on how to buy artwork, how to get the best out of your experience buying artwork at the Festival of the Arts. So, Nick, what I have listed for everybody is our top or our notable artists in no particular order, kind of more based on the location that you can find them. I have a little bit about them and some of their work on the presentation for us to see, so you know what you're kind of looking for.
Absolutely.
So first, we will start over by the Morocco Pavilion. Gerard Maruyama has a very big following with a very distinct style of Disney. You might have seen him around. So what we're doing is we're highlighting the work. You can buy this anytime in the festival, but we wanted to highlight when you can actually meet them for a signing. He will be there January 16th to the 21st. So a lot of people like him. It was a notable one to mention. But
he when I think of his stuff, I definitely think more like zoom style kind of things. He did one that I am definitely planning on picking up when I go down there. Nice. It's got a bunch of characters. Be like, it's got the little oysters in it from Alice in Wonderland. So
cool.
Be fun. But this one looks fun too. Who's this one here?
Yeah, this is Dave Perillo. He is a cult favorite with a limited run of posters. He focuses a lot of posters. He is going to be in around Morocco and France, and a lot of collector appeal on this. He'll be there January 16th to the 20th, the 24th, 25th, 31st, and then February 1st to the 5th. So he'll be there quite a bit, so you will probably have a good chance to catch him. And another one, very popular in the same area,
stuff of his.
Is Joey Chu. Very colorful artwork. Almost looks like a Mary Blair almost type.
He did a whole collection not that long ago of Disney apparel and lounge flies and all that.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
2 years ago now he did that. Guys, I do want to point out real quick though too, if there is something that you like here for artwork wise, this is not stuff that you can buy. Almost every single thing you're going to see here is not something you can buy online. It is exclusive to this event. Disney does not allow them licensing to sell outside of these events. So the 2 places you will ever see some of this is going to be at Festival of the Arts and Disneyana over at California Adventure. And you'll maybe see some of the works at Art of Disney or something like that. But it'll be sold directly through Disney at that point. So keep that in mind. This is stuff, if you're looking for it, don't shy away from it and think that you can get it later on. It might return next year for the festival, but that artist may or may not return. That we do see some new ones from year to year, so keep that in mind.
I bet you could, like, if you were to talk to someone at the art stores, you might be able to talk with the art broker and find the exact piece you're looking for outside of the festival. I know. And I know, like, when we get into some of the really big names, they have dealers all over the place. Not even with outside Disney. Like Thomas Kincaid has a dealer, like an hour from me. So
yeah, it depends on the artist. It depends on their agreements for that. I know some of the ones that I prefer. I know I can't get anywhere else. So,
yes, right.
Just keep that in mind.
Let's move along to James Coleman, which is an interesting one. You can find him here near Communicore Plaza, a former Disney background painter, and serious fine art collectors definitely love his work. So I think he is awesome as well.
Very classical paintings. I like that.
Yeah. Take us into the next one over by the America Pavilion.
Yes, so this one is one that Disney puts out every year. This is the Acme Archives, and is it? Hang on, let's see it. Do you have the Acme Archives? Is she just one of the artists that's featured there?
Yeah,
is Karen? Okay, so we have Karen Hallian.
Yeah,
Hallian, like that. She does a lot of Star Wars art, but very contemporary Disney style. She sells a lot of fast selling signed prints and all that, and she'll be there on February 13th through the 16th. But yeah, some of this is usually like returning favorites that are in the Disney archives, like that, similar to the Disney fine art ones as well. That tent, you'll probably see a couple of these posters and paintings and all that kind of in multiple locations because they're sponsored by Disney Fine Art, not necessarily a private artist. But for Disney Fine Art, New Disney Traders, you're going to have Tony Baxter, which is going. He's a really, really big one.
I mean, this is the legendary Tony Baxter, which is crazy.
It definitely. I'm really surprised. I guess I am, and I'm not, that he is sponsored by Disney Fine Art. And that he's listed under there. I mean, he'll be there January 22nd through the 25th. So
only
kind of
short
very,
time.
very short window for him.
I mean, he's going to have, when he comes, he has a massive line too. And I believe he doesn't sell that many different prints. Like the one you see here is one of the few that he has.
Yeah, no, it's going to be really interesting. And that's part of the reason why he's with this group, because this group is a mishmash of multiple artists, all being featured in the same area. So he'll have a gigantic line. And the other thing with this one too is that they clearly are rotating out who's going to be signing for this booth. So next one you're going to have is going to be Eric Doggart, who's going to be there January 29th through the 31st, and then February 1st to the 3rd. And he specializes in nostalgic Disney moments, and signature adds emotional value. I don't know where that part came in, but gotta love AI. AI time. No, anyways, that one does look really awesome. I like the concept of it. I like the bright colors. It really is very picturesque, and I like his use of color with that. It's not too overbearing with some of the other artists that you see out there where it's just so much in your face. It's very, I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit more neutral in a sense. I do like that. And then you're going to have Michelle St. Laurent, who's going to be there January 16th through the 20th, and the 22nd through the 27th, and then the 29th through the 30th first, and then February 1st to the 3rd, 5th to the 16th, 19th to the 23rd.
Oh, good spread.
Good Lord.
You're probably going
to she'll be there a lot. Yeah, she'll be there at some point. And she's known for romantic Disney scenes. And nice. She adds strong long-term value. What? ChatGPT, what are you doing?
I gave ChatGPT the list, and I knew a lot of names on it, but I said, who are the ones I should go after? Like, who are the ones?
Guys, I kid you not. This is literally what this says, okay?
No,
for romantic Disney scenes, signatures add strong long-term value. Like,
so if you're looking for a bang for your buck, go get a signature. That's all I'm
saying. I guess. Oh, is that what that actually means? I thought it was like
no. It's essentially an evaluation of which are the most valuable signatures that'll be there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was trying to be like, because there's so many artists. I'm like, which are the big ones that we should try to hit? And she is one of them. So
Okay. Well, I guess let's keep it going with the rest of these. There's more to talk about. Eric Tan, I have seen his stuff a lot. I do enjoy his stuff quite a bit. I've thought about getting it. He's going to be there January 16th through the 19th, and he's known for Disney Parks poster style art, highly sought after, and rarely appears. So his artwork is all over the place. I've seen it plenty of times, even for sale in the parks. Usually different variations of these prints. Like again, you see the Walt Disney World one for Haunted Mansion, then they have the Disneyland version of Haunted Mansion. Definitely different variations of it. But yeah, he's very rarely seen to come out and do that. And let's see. Then we have Brett Irwin, or is it Ewan Irwin?
no, it's Brett Irwin.
Yeah, Irwin. Yeah, he did the collection with the Columbia
Yeah,
jackets.
yes,
Yes.
same guy.
How could I forget? February 5th through the 8th, and he's currently the voice of Mickey Mouse. Again, how could I forget all this? Modern day history in the making is what ChatGPT said.
I mean, he is.
he really is. And then we have Paige O'Hara, February 12th through the 16th. The original voice of Belle, which that's really awesome. She's extremely popular with animation in the Princess collections, which is just so awesome. That's really a beautiful beautiful painting there. There's a couple other ones that I've seen of like the Princess collection that I'm like, wow, that is just crazy how well it looks. But that is the Disney Fine Art Studio. And then we have the Jared, I'll let you do the Thomas Kincaid one.
Yeah, the Thomas Kincaid Studio, where you can find Thomas Kincaid's nephew, Zach Kincaid, which is crazy. He'll be there January 16th to the 25th and February 19th to the 23rd. And then if you don't see him, you do have a shot to see Dirk Wunderlich.
Wow, that was a great pronunciation of that. I would have never picked that out.
Yep.
Did you ask GPT for that too?
No, I did not. He will be here January 16th to the 31st and February 1st to the 23rd. He is the senior artist and creative director at the Thomas Kincaid Studios. So a good one indeed. So now we're going to get into some of Nick and I's personal favorites and honorable mentions. First up, I love this guy, Rob Cat.
I have quite a few of his now.
You'll find him near Port of Entry, Pandora Jewelry. He'll be there a lot in January 16th to the 19th, 2020, 22nd.
The dates are on the screen, guys.
Yeah,
there's a lot of days he's there.
Yeah, he's there. He does a lot of Star Wars art too, which is cool. Such as the one that's hanging in my office right now.
Yeah, and I do want to point out too, he's one of the few artists that's actually been able to get a spot at the Disney parks to sell. So he does have works at Animal Kingdom that are for sale year round that he has there, including some special ones for the Festival of the Holidays, different things like that. But yeah, Rob Kaz is awesome. He's a very up and coming artist. He started with pretty much nothing and has built his career doing what he loves. So props to that, and very excited to see his booth for sure.
Yeah, this is from when I was there during the 50th anniversary. I think it was 22. But
Very
yeah,
nice.
that was a nice piece that I got from him. Another fan favorite that is around, Jasmine Beckett Griffith. She does the huge gothic fantasy following of people.
If you like Gideon's, you will like.
Yeah,
you will like this. You definitely will.
Nick, you know this next one.
Yes, I do. He is hanging up in my office, and I actually want to get the one that's on the left there. I have the World Showcase one on the right over there. That's Greg McCullough. He's near Italy, and he'll be there a whole bunch of days. You can see the dates on the screen there as well. But McCullough Art Studios, he does a wonderful job. That actually, the World Showcase one was a featured one for the festival itself, I think last year actually. It was brand new at the time. He brought it back, but I absolutely love that one. It combines every element of every single pavilion all in one amazing photo.
And the Illuminations reference.
I was just going to say, and the Illuminations reference, man, you can't beat it. And then you have that beautiful picture of the castle over there, and all that fun stuff. Again, guys, I do want to point out too that these range anywhere from postcard size, like I showed you guys earlier, all the way up to full-size originals that they sell there. Most of the time, the prints are going to be the most popular. Those average about $50 to $70 depending on the matting for them. So they can definitely be attainable, and they're all, you know, treated the same. So if you want to go ahead and get one signed, the artists are definitely going to be happy to go do that for you as well. But just keep that in mind that, you know, you don't have to go out and go spend $10,000 on an original.
No, yeah, it's a great opportunity to get prints and then get prints signed. You could get a really unique souvenir for like personalized for only about like $50 or less.
Yeah, and there is no extra cost to have the artist sign. I mean, you do have to wait. Don't get me wrong, but I've had some incredible conversations with one of the next artists that we're going to go ahead and talk about, and I'm so honored to have done that. But next, we'll get into Noah Fine Art.
Oh, I did want to. This is your
there
office.
it is.
The one on the left here that you also noted about, and the tank by Shar. How do you pronounce that?
Tealosola? I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately not featured at Festival of the Arts this year, but great piece nonetheless, Nick.
Yeah, no, that's my wife insists that one is eventually going to hang up in her bathroom someday.
Oh.
It's called In the Tank, and she thinks that it should go right above the toilet.
I like it.
Interesting. But yes, Noah Fine Art. He's near the Germany Pavilion. He'll be there the 16th through the 31st, and then the February 1st through the 23rd.
Yeah,
he does some really interesting stuff. Very, I don't want to say dated is not the word, but very nostalgic prints.
Yeah, vintage. Looking.
Very vintage. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Very vintage.
The way he depicts Walt Disney is like spot on.
Oh, absolutely.
Really good.
Yeah, he does an incredible job, and his prints are just phenomenal. He's definitely one of the best of the fest for sure. And although I don't own any of his, I do own hoping to own even more of his good friend Scooter, who is my personal favorite. And Scooter, if you ever do watch this someday, just know I am a huge fan of your art. I was so incredible to go ahead and meet you last year. He's over by the Germany Pavilion as well. He's sponsored by Noah Fine Art. That's why the two of them work as a pair together. And he loves anything to go do with the Werther's Caramel Shop. He posts daily reels about him eating a butter bar every day. I do not know if that's healthy, but I love it, and I am definitely on board with it. Okay. And he does some incredible art. He does some really retro themed stuff, and I love it. He did one, which I should have sent you the picture for it earlier. He did one that was featured at Disneyana this year. That is Walt next to the original concept for Disneyland.
Awesome one.
And he brought it. I was really like hoping. I was like, you know, I was asking him. I was reaching out to him on his Facebook page, like, please, are you going to bring this? And he was like, I'm not sure yet. I don't know if it's going to happen. And he did. He was able to bring it and bring prints. It will be getting added to my collection one way or the other. I will have that this year. And Scooter, though, he's absolutely incredible. He is so awesome to meet and talk to. I had the pleasure of being able to show him a picture of my office. It wasn't completely done at the time with all the prints in here. He was so honored to be a part of the collection and all that. I can't wait to show him where his sits. Yeah, there it is right there. That's me talking to him, meeting him there. And Jared, could you actually go back to the slide of that one hanging up in my office real quick? So I didn't want to shout something out. So if you guys could tell too, that picture that he had there, that's called Celebrating Our Imagination. And it has Walt sitting there in the front with Minnie and Mickey next to it. And I thought it was only fitting to take the actual statue of Walt Disney, where he sits in that picture, and put him out in front of it. So I thought it was really fitting to go ahead and have that there. So definitely a nostalgic piece, and definitely one of my absolute favorites amongst this entire collection that is my office that you guys get to go ahead and see. So shout out to Scooter. He is the best of the fest, in my opinion. And if you guys get a chance to talk to him, please go see him. He's incredible. He's just such a great guy to go ahead and talk to, just in general. So yeah.
Cool. I don't have a Scooter piece yet, but it is on my list to get for sure. So I might have to have you pick one up for me while you're there.
Absolutely. And he does have a pretty small fan base too, which is really cool. I love getting to pop in on his live streams and talk to him from time to time on Facebook. Nice. It's just, he's so cool to talk to. He does like cocktail Fridays and all that every so often.
Really?
Where he's like, we're making drinks tonight. And I'm like, well, hello there. Okay. And he'll go ahead and just chat with you back and forth, which is just so awesome. And,
nice.
very small kind of artist. His prints go for a lot of money for the originals. His is one of the ones I told you guys about, like 10 grand plus for his originals. But you got to keep in mind that like he puts his absolute soul into them. They are all hand painted. The prints obviously go for a lot less. So, but it's just awesome. I wish I could have an original from him in my home someday, because it's just phenomenal to say the least.
Great. But, I just wanted to throw some shout outs. Unfortunately, these pieces are not available at the Festival of the Arts, but just some past favorites from that I've gotten myself. Larry Dodson, you probably could find him at the what's the place in Disney Springs again? Art of Disney.
Art of Disney. He was there last year, I believe.
Yeah, I've seen his work there quite often. I do have this awesome piece that we had signed from him the last time I went to Festival of the Arts. You can see he personalized it for my wife and I, which was awesome.
Very nice.
Another one I have is a Craig Fraser for Big Thunder Mountain, and we have a June Kim, which has Aladdin and Jasmine on it. Sorry, I was blanking. I also forgot I have one more by. I forgot I have one more by Larry Dodson. That is the Wilderness Lodge too. I forgot to.
Yes, well, you've shown that one in another episode before, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I did. I think I did. Yeah. But yeah, so that's all the artwork I have. I hope you guys take advantage of the Festival of the Arts and get some awesome artwork at either in prints at a great deal, and then get them signed and personalized. It's like some of the best like memorable merchandise you can buy,
and one of the best values too. I mean, guys, let's be honest. I mean, we all know Disney's expensive. We know that souvenirs get up there. This is one of the most incredible pieces you can get, only because you can only usually get them there. If you're gonna, like Jerry said, there's ways to get it if you go through a broker, but you got to keep in mind that's third party. You're getting them outside of directly from them. You're buying them while the artist is sitting next to these.
Right. Okay? Yeah.
They're able to go ahead and sign them. Again, no extra cost to do it, and they love doing it. I mean, like I said, Scooter is phenomenal. I've seen him, he's one too that takes the time to really talk to people, which is just so awesome. He wants to get to know you. He wants to understand, what you have going on there. And then, there's an opportunity if you.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say, I know for both him and Noah, you are also. They also provide availability to do a VIP.
That's just what I was going to say.
Sorry, you probably have more detail on that than I do. Go ahead.
No, that Jerry, you hit it right on the head there. They do VIP signings if you do buy an original piece from them as well. And also, the one thing I do want to mention too is a lot of these artists are willing to sign stuff for you. Not necessarily like even if you're not there, they ship these. So you can actually get these for like a very small fee. I think it's like $5 or $10 extra. They'll mail it in a nice flat mailer. They pack it up nice, and they will mail it to your home for you. So if you're worried about transporting it, don't be worried about that. They'll take care of it. But you could also ask them to have the artist sign it for you. And like if you're going to be able to come back the next day, they'll same deal. If you might have like a reservation in another park, and you might be coming back later on that week, usually their staff from the studio is willing to hold on to it for you, get it signed, in one way or another, get it to you, whether it's shipped or whether you come back to pick it up. They're usually very good about doing that. They'll tag it for you, and it'll, won't be so much a personalized signature, but it'll be just a signature, which is just awesome. I've had that happen for some of mine, my in-laws as well. They have a couple that are signed like that. I do wonder what they have. I know they have an Alice in Wonderland themed one, but I'd have to double check what they have. But we bought a lot of art last year. As you guys can tell, I love art. If you guys ever have any questions about some of the artwork that I have in here, please reach out to us. Let me know. Be happy to go ahead and tell you more about it, where it came from, where to get it, and that sort of thing. I did not think I'd be such an art collector in my in my 20s, but here I am doing that. So, and yes, I'm clinging on to my 20s as hard as I can, because when I turn
like
30,
by a thread, man. By a
thread. Apparently, by the time I turn 30, it's like the end of it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, so Jared, that's Festival of the Arts in a nutshell. We talked about the food last week. We talked about the art. Now we talked about the Roosevelt. If you're looking for a Roosevelt that has artwork on it, Mr. Morrow's got you covered.
Yes.
Go ahead and look him up. But we do have one more thing to talk about, because it'd be a great thing to put a postcard in or a photo in.
That's what I was thinking. So once you get your signature, you can get a photo with the artist. And what's better way to celebrate that moment, then printing out your very own Festival of the Arts frame for 2026, designed by yours truly. And
Sherry,
I love
you
the
did
way this came
such a
out.
great job. He showed me the features of this thing, and I cannot wait for him to walk you through it. He showed me these features, and I'm like, you thought of everything. You genuinely did.
Yeah, I was pretty proud of myself. So this would be a nice template going forward. So I will do a lot more frames if you guys want them. If you want a custom frame, reach out to me personally. We can make it happen.
Now, I do want to ask real quick, what is this current one sized for?
This is sized for a 4x6.
4x6.
So your standard 4x6, which costs you about $1 or less at your CVS or Walgreens.
Question for you: before we put this up, this episode up on Friday, do you think you could make a 5x7 version? Because I know that's what the standard postcard ones are going for at the festival right now.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if I'll have it by Friday, but I'll try to make something happen.
He's the best, guys. I promise. He's awesome.
So let's get back into what this is about. So this is the frame. The back pops out. I've designed it so these circles, you're like, why do you have circles? It really just acts as surface area for this thing to kind of perfectly just grip in. So you don't have to put any adhesion. You can put your photo right in and then push this right in the back and it'll stay closed, which is awesome. You're also wondering, how am I going to hang this 3D printed frame that you've made? Well, you have two options here. You can either A, use the hook that is legitimately the same hook you would have on a normal frame, which I hand designed all of this. And then, or I made this nice little cutout section in this little block so you can just slide it in. It's at a slight angle, so it sits perfectly on a bureau or a desk or wherever you would like to display it if you don't want to hang it.
Dude, I gotta say, you know what my favorite thing to go do with that would be, aside from putting an awesome, amazing photo in there or postcard, is to take the back out and just do like the photo frame pictures at the parks.
That's, you know what I mean? Could.
I like zoom it out and be like, look, it's me in it.
You're right. I kind of like that idea. You could just be like, I'm at Festival of the Arts.
when I go, I'm gonna have to make one and bring it with me and be like, guys, we're in Festival of the Arts.
So
that's gonna be fun.
Two separate plates. This is plate 1. There's a couple filament swaps to make this all happen. Pretty happy with the way it came out. And then plate 2 is very easy. It's just all one color, and this piece is sitting right next to it on the same plate. So
very nice, man. Dude, again, you knocked it out of the park. I'm so happy to see this. Sorry to put you on the spot about the 5x7. It just popped in my head.
No, it's all right. We'll make it happen.
But no, it came out great, man, and I'm so excited to. I said I'm definitely gonna go do that now. That idea is just stuck with me. I'm gonna make the video when I go of just me starting. I'll be like, "Hi guys, we're at Festival of the Arts." Be like, "Sorry guys, just my eyes in here." But no, man, that is so awesome.
Thank you.
And I think with that, man, I mean, we're a little over time here because we got a lot to talk about. But I do get to go ahead and say thank you all for staying this long and watching with us and being a part of this. We appreciate all you guys coming back each and every week. We've got a lot more followers. We're up to like 94 or 95 subs on YouTube, and even more. I think we're well past 100 and something now on
110 on Facebook, and
nice.
On Maker World, I believe we're pushing like 300 almost.
Oh my goodness, you are wow.
We've got a lot of traction on Maker World. A lot of people are inquiring on how to do certain things, so people want to know. 349 followers, and I had some people reach out to me recently.
Oh wow!
About they want to learn about how to do filament swaps, and I'm like, I'm your guy.
So I was going to tell you about this. That I saw a lot of comments on it, and that is becoming a new mainstream thing. Everyone's starting to do what you're doing there, of like doing the pauses and switching in mid print.
Yeah,
and I'm waiting for Maker, like for Bamboo to come to their senses and realize like we should probably make a way to do this.
Yeah,
because it's possible. I mean, let's be honest, it is totally possible to do. We do it, but yeah, there's been a lot of talk about that, and you are to blame for a lot of that. I think. I mean, granted, I know you saw some videos on it, but you were the only person I've seen that's actually successfully done that. And are able to make these crazy prints with just one AMS, which is just insane to me.
Even though I'm getting ready for a second AMS, which really is just going to be less of a headache for me.
Which peep that riser in the back. That looks phenomenal. You did a great job, man.
I haven't made the extenders yet for the second AMS because they're actually unavailable right now. They're
okay.
Yeah, not until February they're going to go back in stock, so soon.
Wow. Well, that's awesome though, man. I'm very happy for you. That's a lot more followers than I thought you had. So that is just so awesome. But yeah, guys, well, with that, we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to sign off here. Again, thank you guys for staying here with us. Make sure to go ahead and check the links in the description. We'll have our links for our Roosevelts in there and our affiliate links as well. Yeah, I think with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off and say,
see you in the future.
See you in the future, guys. Take care.